Okay, so there's this thing that's been going around. We're going to call it echomancing for the time being. It is where, depending on the minute, hour, second, and millisecond of when you roll a substat, the seed essentially of that roll is dictated by the time, and that could change and affect what kind of roll you get. So they're trying to do some statistics here. There's a group, I believe, called the Genius Society for Wuthering Waves, where they are trying to basically see how well they can manipulate the rolls to be the way that they want to, so that if you time when you roll, you are able to essentially force stats. Now, there are leaks that in 1.2 or in 1.3 or an update in the future, we're going to get substat rerollers so that we can really get perfect echoes. But why would you need to get a substat reroller if you can just roll a perfect echo out the gate? So the way that this works, I'm suspicious of it, first of all. I would like to just put that out there and make that abundantly clear. I don't exactly believe in this because right now, even if you look at it, majority of these stats are sparse except for the 7-minute mark. Because for whatever reason, that's just the minute mark that we decided to go for, which has 326 tests. And then the 9-minute mark is the next most with 98. And if you look at these stats, let's say crit rate and crit damage, it is, there's a level of skepticism here. On the 7-minute mark, it's 12%, 13%. I know due to compression, this might not be able to be very visible right now, but we got 12%, 13% for crit rate and crit damage at the 7-minute mark. And all the rest are a little bit lower than 10% overall. At the 9-minute mark, we have 15% and 14% for crit rate, crit damage, and a little less overall. Attack percent has 10%. And for example, we can look at one that is at, let's see, this is the 2-minute mark. We have 0% crit rate and crit damage, 25% heavy attack damage, 13% energy regen, 25% HP, and 13% of HP flat, and defense flat, and attack flat. Problem is, though, obviously, there's not nearly as many tests going on during this time. So, should you believe in echomancy, and should you try to time the substat rolls that you do to try to get better echoes? Now, I've heard a lot floating around that the 7-minute mark is the best for crit rate and crit damage, and statistically that seems to be true. I've also heard a lot around the 15-second mark. Every instance of 15 seconds, 30 seconds, 45 seconds, or 0 seconds on the minutes have a higher chance as well. Milliseconds also play a role as well, although that is much, much harder to track, and they're struggling to keep up with that. I spent a couple hours the other night building a set for Changli. I've been working on it, but I had 3 echoes that I could not handle. Okay, we can go ahead and look at this set. I had this beforehand. An amazing piece, right? Fusion damage bonus, crit rate, crit damage, energy regen, ult damage bonus. For Changli, that's pretty good. I also had, I believe, one of these 1-cost pieces. I believe it was this one, which skill damage, attack percent, crit rate, not bad. But my boss piece, my other 3-cost piece, and my other 1-cost piece were suffering. So I farmed some pieces that day after a buddy of mine told me about the whole echomancy deal. And I decided to roll on the 7-minute mark. I didn't know about the 15-second thing till afterwards, but I just rolled when it turned 7 minutes. And here was my boss piece. Crit damage immediately. 2 pretty bad substats. And then the next 7-minute mark it hit, I rolled crit rate and then skill damage. So every time it hit 7 minutes, I rolled a crit stat and then something else, and then a crit stat and then something else. And that something else here, at least, was very good. This boss piece is amazing. It's a 32.5% crit rate, 13.8% crit damage piece. It's an amazing, amazing, amazing piece for her with skill damage. I also rolled this piece using it. So far, it's rolled crit rate at a 7-minute mark, skill damage at a 7-minute mark, and a flat attack at a 7-minute mark. So far, an amazing piece, which I've been struggling to get. And then the third one, 7-minute mark crit damage. defense, basic attack afterwards with the next 2 rolls. And then the next 7-minute mark that came up, I rolled crit rate. I want to be suspicious of it, but so far it seems legit, right? It is crazy to even think that this is something that should even remotely exist. But it makes sense because, yeah, it's a true random, essentially. The way it works is it rolls a dice and picks a stat. But algorithmically, the roll of that dice can be determined by the time of which that dice is rolled. It's almost the same as if in real life you rolled a dice and put a piece of gum on one side to try to force the roll in your favor. Or if you rolled it, but there was a magnet under the table. So you know if you rolled over the magnet, it would magnetize down. And you know that when the magnet is in that spot and you roll that dice at that time, it'll land at a 6. It'll land on a 4, right? So it makes sense from like a code perspective. But how easily are we able to manipulate it? Well, I will say with the quality of the substats I got on those 3 pieces, pretty easy to manipulate. I have a friend who's also been manipulating it, and the rolls we have been getting collectively have been the best rolls we've ever gotten in the entire game so far, consistently, right? I want to be suspicious of it. I really do. But these pieces are amazing. I get 61% crit rate, which means minus the 22% that my main piece gives, I'm getting 40% crit rate across my echoes. Substats. That means divided by 5, I'm getting an average of 8%, when most of the time I'd ever only roll 6.9 to like 7.2% on crit rate. So I'm getting higher rolls on some of my pieces, and I'm getting the rolls on my pieces without having to waste a bunch of time and resources getting more. And honestly, I see myself probably trying to utilize this on my next set I build, because it just kind of worked. I did not have to get a single other piece. I got this crit rate piece. I did the 7-minute thing and it was perfect. Same thing here. I got this piece, did the 7-minute thing and it was perfect. And then same here. It was perfect. So I don't need to go farm more pieces. They might not be the most perfect of perfect. Like this could still be attack percent, a flat attack, and then roll skill damage bonus, right? It could be a better piece. But right now, it's okay because I don't need it to be the most perfect of perfect pieces. But now that I know that I can manipulate the stats, maybe it's easier to get that perfect of perfect piece, especially in the future when we get more data and we're able to better determine the exact times you need to roll to get exact stats. Obviously, Kuro games might see this and change how the algorithm for echo rolling works, or they might embrace it and actually give us a little bit of help here. But for right now, it seems legit. And I would not write off trying it, because if it doesn't work, you're still going to roll the echo anyways. But if it works, you are now rolling drastically better echoes just for waiting a little bit of time till the 7-minute hits. So should you try ECHOMANCY? My vote is, yeah, honestly, there's no reason not to. Superstition aside, suspiciousness aside, or if it's legitimate aside, you're going to roll the echo anyways. You might as well try to manipulate it to be the best it possibly can be and get the stat you actually want. I will see. I will see what happens. I will see what happens when it hits the 7th minute and I roll it. If it rolls crit stats, I need crit rate for sure, because I just got rid of 20%.
Why?
Because I got rid of my other boss echo. I'm trying to go 4-3-3-1-1 again, so I need crit rate subs on our pieces.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So we're gonna see what happens here. If it rolls crit rate, I'm gonna be pissed because I don't believe in it, even though I just fucking made a video. I made a video sussing it out. I'm like, hey, but you know what? Why not do it?
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Attack percent. Okay, when's the 15-second happening?
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
No way. No way. No way. No way. No way. When's the next 15-second
What?
happening?
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay, that one was bad. That one was bad. That one was bad. Next one. Next one.
Okay.
Next one. Well, this will be the end of the minute. Hold on. Let's wait
10,
till minute 9. Let's
9.
wait till the minute 9 because minute 9 is the other one people are talking about being good.
Yeah, okay.
I'll wait another minute. I'll wait one more minute. It rolled crit rate. It rolled low roll crit rate, but it's attack percent crit rate percent, which is like, oh, son of a bitch. It's real. I don't like it. It works every fucking time, which pisses me off. Every time it's worked, and it drives me nuts.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
There's no fucking way. There's no way. There's no
What?
way. There's no
Did you
way.
did you just roll crit damage?
There's
dude?
no way. Dude,
Oh
this
my
shouldn't
God, you
work.
fucking
This should not
genius.
exist. This should not exist. Dude, I hate it. This shouldn't be real. This shouldn't be real. Oh my God. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate everything about this. This shouldn't be real.